Hello guys, here with you Anna Tutova, and today we have a guest, Sam Buxton, who is co-founder and CEO of Damex, and they have two product divisions. It's a digital asset management app, and currently they are focusing now on their retail expansion, and they're working on their banking Challenger app with different gamification features, which allow you basically move to earn and use it for your banking. And as well, they have been operating on their Damex Business division from 2017, and they provide OTC solutions, custody and liquidity solutions, as well as IBANs and payment gateways. Great to have you here today, Sam.
Thanks, Anna. That's probably the best description of our business that somebody's ever given.
So
it's not an easy one.
Yeah, you do so much stuff. So can you tell us about your background and how and when did you discover crypto first, and how did you get involved into the industry?
Yeah, no problem. I was working as an equity analyst for a London-based wealth management company called Plurimi Wealth Solutions. And I was sent to a Bloomberg Technical Analysis Summit in the city of London, and I met a guy called Dominic Frinsby, who wrote the book called Bitcoin: The Future of Money. The company I was working for, my boss Martin at the time was super interested in learning a bit more about Bitcoin, so I wrote a report for the company effectively, and I started doing some research. I actually advised at the time that we should not invest in Bitcoin in 2014, which was probably not the right decision. But even if I would have said we should have invested, there was no like real institutional infrastructure custody that we would have accepted anyway. But what happened is that I went down the rabbit hole and I started researching, investing, and I eventually left Plurimi and I went to work for a company called Wavecrest that was issuing 95% of the Bitcoin-linked prepaid cards globally at the time. Our clients were the likes of BitPay, Zappo, Monaco, which is now Crypto.com. Like we had card contracts with them. So that was my entrance into the space. And then in 2017, Gibraltar, which is where I'm from, announced it was going to roll out a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency businesses. And I had already been like full-time crypto for 3 years at that time. So I was like, wow, okay, so this isn't going to happen many times in my life. I need to leave my job here and set up a digital asset management company. And I did so with two other co-founders, and we left our jobs and set up Damex in December 2017.
Nice. And which year did you invest into your first Bitcoin, or was it any other altcoin which you invested first?
Yeah, I mean, 2015 was my first, end of 2014, early 2015 were my first dabbles. So I was pretty much at the end of every month when my salary would come in. I remember I was meeting up with a guy on the beach in Spain who was on local Bitcoins, and I was giving him like €100 cash, and he was, he was scanning over $100 worth of BTC. And then Ethereum came out, and I remember stacking some ETH as well, early days, $4, $5 with some friends of mine. And yeah, and also really quite an early investor in Ripple as well. Not anymore, by the way. Like I'm not the biggest Ripple fan anymore, but hats off to that company. That was one of my first wins back in the day.
So you started investing yourself, but you didn't advise to the company you worked with to invest into Bitcoin.
Exactly. I mean, one thing is you taking the risk, and another thing is putting your job on the line, which I wasn't ready to do.
Yeah, it's understandable. And let's talk more about your company, about Damex, and you now have a banking platform as well. Another cool thing, you can issue Visa crypto cards. So can you tell? And as well, currently there are a lot of other companies which do the similar things. So what differentiates Damex from other digital asset management banking platforms on the market?
Yeah, okay, yeah, no problem. We don't have a banking license, so we can't officially call ourselves a bank. But we do provide IBANs, which are international banking account numbers. So I just wanted to clarify that because I don't want to get in trouble with with the authorities. But yeah, so to answer your question, a very good question. As you mentioned in your introduction, we started our business in 2017, and we launched an OTC desk and a custodial solution where we were helping companies and in high net worth individuals buy, sell, and store their digital assets. We grew that business from 2017 from 2.5 people full time to 65 people today. That business for us, our OTC desk and our liquidity and our liquidity solutions generate for our business generate close to 7 figures at the moment, month on month in revenue. And we trade anywhere between 100, 150, sometimes $200 million a month of OTC at the moment. So that business is one that has been fairly successful for us. What differentiates us from other OTC desks in the space in that business line is that we are very above board and regulated. So we have been regulated since day one, since the Gibraltar Financial Services Commissions. We've had banking relationships for 5 years now. They're solid. We have very good we have a sustainable infrastructure, if you like, and we can process high volumes in a regulated environment. Now, that it was slow for us to start up in a regulated environment, but given the series of events in the last year with a lot of unregulated crypto companies going down, it's given us a bit of an edge now. We've had a massive influx of clients since the collapse of FTX, of corporate clients, and some other liquidity providers. That's the corporate side. Now, about a year ago, we decided to hire an in-house tech team to build our retail application, and that's built now. And we launched the application in the EEA and the UK, and that's live. We just recently crossed 10,000 KYC users, and a few thousand have ordered the Damex Visa card already. So this is the retail space is really our passion. The OTC is like we're good at it. We've been successful there, but it's where we make our money. But what we're really passionate about is the retail, building the community, and launching our token. I mean, that's what we want to do. And what differentiates us in the retail space is, well, we have a few competitors, right? We have in the crypto side of the business, because you can download Damex today, UK and EU, and buy Bitcoin and Ethereum in a couple of minutes. We compete in that space against Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, for example. What makes us different to Crypto.com is that we offer international banking account numbers on the Damex app. So you have your own bank account number, and you can deposit, make payments, order your cards, and really manage your fiat finance from the Damex application. That's something that the companies I just mentioned in that space do not offer at the moment. And then what makes us different to traditional neo challenger banks like Revolut or N26 and others like that is that we actually have real crypto wallets in the application. Like, I love Revolut, I use it every day, but I don't have my crypto on there because it's effectively a CFD tracking price. Whereas on your Damex app, you have your actual Bitcoin and Ethereum wallet, and you can deposit and withdraw crypto. So there's different things that differentiate us to different segments of the market. And then last but not least, we have built a gamification layer inside the app. So on the app, you'll get rewarded for your activity and how much you walk. So as you're walking, you get more cash back, you get higher referral fee bonus, trading discounts for actually being active. And then that kind of competes with Move to Earn in a sense, like companies like StepN or Sweatcoin, which I use all three, by the way. They're very complementary. But StepN is like an NFT game, and Sweatcoin do a really amazing job of having a marketplace where you can redeem your coins for products. Whereas Damex is actually a regulated finance app with a card and international banking account numbers with a layered gamification there. So they're very different, but you can use all three just to like maximize your step rewards.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. But actually, with your token, can you tell more about features of your token and benefits that can users get, and as well how can you ensure that users won't dump your token after they get rewarded with this token for their move to earn sections? What will prevent them from selling immediately those tokens?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So we don't actually consider ourselves move to earn. We started saying that when the actual move to earn hype came about, and we were like, oh, we're kind of move to earn, but we were designing this way before that whole hype and that trends. We're not giving Damex tokens for people walking. I just want to be clear with that. So you don't earn Damex tokens when you're walking. You earn higher rewards for the services in the application. So when you hit your step challenges, you get higher cashback each time. You get that's live right now today. You get higher referrer friends each time you hit step challenges. And you get discounted trading fees all the way up to 100% discount. So you can, if you're staking Damex tokens on the app, you can walk your way towards zero trading fees on euros, pounds, Damex tokens, stable coins, and everything for now. What we have coming soon is yield as a service, where you, as you're walking, you're going to be earning more bips on your yield for every step you take, which is super powerful concept. Like you could have 1 Bitcoin on your Damex app earning you 2% yields per annum, but when you hit 100,000 steps, you'll get 3% yield per annum. You hit 100,000 more, you get 4% yield per annum. By the way, these rates aren't set in stone. It's coming soon, but connecting your step with a percentage return on your coins is something that we're really passionate about. And it's not necessary. So we're not gifting Damex tokens for walking steps. We're gifting benefits from the existing services.
Yeah, that's quite cool. And as well, I know you're making your IO, initial exchange offering, soon. So can you tell more about it and how can users participate in it?
Great question. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, we have our token sale, which is coming up on April 19th. We have a phased approach, a phased listing approach. Phase 1 is we're going on the Bitmart and Coinstore launchpad, and we're listing on Uniswap. So on April 19th, the IO will open up on Bitmart and Coinstore with a couple of hours in between. And then 4 days after the Bitmart IO, there will be the first listing on Bitmart. There's a cool-off period after each launchpad, which is kind of standard. So a few days after the Bitmart IO, there will be a listing on Bitmart, and then a few days after the Coinstore IO, and a few days after the Bitmart listing, there'll be the Coinstore listing. When the Bitmart listing happens, the Uniswap listing will happen at the same time. So we will have 3 listings happening within the week of the IEO. And then that's phase 1. Phase 2, which we're already in discussions, deep discussions with a tier 1 exchange, will be listing with 1 to 2 tier 1 exchanges, and then continue to build a community, build volume, make sure our market making teams are doing what they need to do. And then phase 3 for us is going for a top tier 1, which where I don't need to say who those are, but that's what we're going to be building up to.
And at what discount can users buy your token during IO period?
Good question. So the token is being offered at 15 cents. There is $50,000 worth of tokens available to buy in Coinstore, and $50,000 is available and up for grabs on Bitmart. So it's not a lot. We're an existing and healthy financial company, so we don't need to make a lot of money here on a token raise. It's more about distribution. On Bitmart, there is a $100 minimum investment and a $300 maximum investment. So that's going to get snapped up real quick on both exchanges. And that is going out at 15 cents. The plan is, and we are hoping that the initial listings will be slightly above that in price.
Okay, great. So it's some kind of, as well, looks like coin list model where everybody should get in early to get just a small allocation of the tokens at good price.
Yeah, exactly. We're not interested in a whale coming in and putting in 20K for tokens. I mean, if you are a whale and you want that kind of allocation, then you have to speak to our OTC desk, and we have some private allocation left. We did raise $4 million privately from a variety of VCs that can be seen on damex.io/token. And there is a bit of allocation up for grabs, not much, but if it's anything 20K and above, yeah, you want to DM the OTC team.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so guys, don't miss the IO on 19th of April. And can you explain as well the different membership types available in the Damex app and what kind of benefits users can expect at each level?
Yeah, no problem at all. All that info is available on the light paper too. If anybody wants to refer back to that once I finish talking, they can go and see the different tiers. But effectively, we're incentivizing people to stake 5,000 tokens. Now, when you stake 5,000 tokens, that will unlock your VIP status or your premium status, right? And effectively, you will get increased benefits for steps you take and services you use. So, for example, if you are if you hit your one of your step challenges and you're getting 2% cash back. If you stake Damex tokens, you're going to get 3 or 4% cash back. If you're getting X amount refer a friend, but you stake Damex tokens and you walk, you're going to get X more. So it's just increased benefits on all the services inside the retail application. That is phase one of our utility. Very simple, incentivizing users to stake Damex tokens. That is phase one. We have a whole roadmap internally of other utility that we're going to be rolling out into the ecosystem. And some of that is, and you're definitely going to see some more utility around our yield service when we roll that out as well. So more yields based on staking Damex tokens, a little bit more if you want to receive your yield in Damex tokens too. But we haven't put that in the light paper. We don't want to overcommit. We want to keep it minimal, effective, and something that we know we can deliver on, which we already have because the app is live in the market. And of course, we're super incentivized to roll out as much utility as possible in the future.
Cool. And as well, can you tell us some more about your Damex Business division and how did interest of institutional investors change over the years in the industry, since you provide OTC solutions for those types of investors, and what current sentiment do you see?
A great question. So when we started off the business, to be completely honest, our first target market was high net worth individuals. Those were the first people we were going after when we set up the business. Super difficult to consistently close high net worths that want to buy and sell crypto. So the first year was a real grind for us. And then we got a call from a very big company, whose name I won't mention. And they said, hey, we've just been asked if we can receive a payment in Bitcoin from one of our counterparties in Asia. Can you help us receive that Bitcoin and send us euros? And we were like, okay, wait, so you want us to receive Bitcoin for you? This was like early 2018. So you want us to receive Bitcoin for you, sell it to euros and send you euros. Sorry, sell it to euros and send you the euros. Yeah, that's what we need. Okay, great. I mean, it's about all we could offer them at the time. But we did that. We charged a spread, a commission, which was just under 1%. And this was a 7-figure transaction. So it was like the day where we were like celebrated in the office. We went and we bought a champagne and we were like, whoa, okay, so payments. So then we rebranded and we became Damex, your crypto payments company. And we started going to FX conferences, online gaming conferences, family office conferences. And we really started delivering a message where we could help people with payments globally using our regulated on-ramp, off-ramp. And that's what took our business to the next level. We've definitely seen sentiment change towards a preference towards using regulated liquidity providers, because the banks recently, and over the last couple of years, but recently more than ever, the banks have been really tightening the screws on AML checks, KYC, source of funds and whatnot on crypto transactions that a lot of our competitors have not been able to provide efficiently, whereas we've been operating under a lot of red tape from day one. So that we've been operating at the highest standards of AML and KYC, which has allowed us to flourish in an environment where the banks are starting to come in on the crypto industry. We're cool with that. That works to our favor. So this is the change of sentiment that we're seeing out there. The banks are, it's a difficult environment out there right now for crypto companies wanting to find bank accounts.
Yeah, it's especially important during these times with the collapse of all the traditional banking institutions. And can you share as well some upcoming plans for the development of Damex platform and Damex token, and what can users expect in the coming months or years?
Yeah, no problem at all. We have just made a couple of acquisitions in Latin America. We acquired a lending business. This is going to be public in the next couple of days, so I'm happy about to talk about it today on this channel. It hasn't hit the news yet, but we acquired a lending business in Latin America. And we have our eyes set on Latin America and the Americas in general. We think it's a huge market for disruption. And later this year, the Damex app, via our acquisitions and partnerships in Latin America, the Damex app will be going live in Chile, Peru, Colombia, and Mexico, as well as the USA. So we have our eyes. A lot of people have Asia, the Australias, Canada in their roadmap, the Africas, which is of huge interest right now to a lot of crypto companies. Our interest and where we're going to be focusing on is Latin America. So there's definitely expect to see us making some noise in that area of the world. As far as features are concerned, I mentioned we want to offer yield products. We're definitely going to be exploring how to offer credit facilities, crypto collateralized loans. That's on the roadmap for sure. And then we want to increase the different types of assets that our customers can trade on the Damex app. So we're just exploring how to offer really a turnkey and a one-stop shop finance app, which is the big goal is for us to actually go for our own banking license, which we're going to probably submit sometime towards the end of this year, because we want to become a true crypto banking company. And we're going to wrap our services around a banking license, which will offer our customers more security and certainly insurance on certain types of deposits.
Yeah, that's great and quite important to see such companies pushing forward the industry, and quite interesting to know out that you plan to be very active on Latin American market, which is one of the most active markets in crypto now. So wish you luck with your developments, and guys, check out the IO on 19th of April for Damex to get the opportunity to get in early as well. If you're looking for the easy on-ramp, off-ramp, and paying with crypto for your everyday purchases, you can get a Damex Visa card, and you can check more about the company and via the links under this video. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, see you next time.
Bye-bye.